episode 9. Woo. How's it going, man? I didn't know how to start that. My energy is like woo, a little low, but after this fucking coffee, it'll be.
I don't know, man. This weekend I was just so tired.
Yeah.
Like I just felt so exhausted. So I was sleeping a lot this weekend, to be honest.
Did you do anything for Easter?
Nope. I worked.
Yeah.
I went to go make some money. I
I
didn't
went-
do shit for Easter.
I realized something about American fucking holidays. I didn't fucking know this because I don't really celebrate American holidays like that until I met Nicole. But fuck, does kids get so many fucking gifts here? They get like baskets of gifts for Christmas. They get like the shit in the sock, and like on Easter they get a basket, and then the egg hunt, and then it's like, oh my god! Every single time I come to like a family holiday party, I'm just like, dude, these kids. But they come in with like a expectation in their minds
That they're gonna get a gift.
that they're gonna get something, and then like
Yeah, I hate
they're like
that.
so nonchalant about the gifts that it's like almost like taking it for granted in a way.
Well, yeah,
it's
they
like
do, they're kids.
and it's just like you know, it's like I get it every year, and I expect this from grandma or my parents or whatever it is, whatever the case is, and I'm just like, fuck, like I've never seen this before. Like in our country, the only time when we get something is Chinese New Year, and you get a fucking envelope with some dollar bills in it. It ain't gonna be much, and like in order to get it, you gotta like say your grace or whatever to the dope, and you get in line or whatever. So like it's fucking weird here, and I'm just like, damn,
Yeah,
like
it's different. A lot of
it's so weird.
a lot of our holidays and traditions, like kids just be getting gifts for no reason. And I mean,
No reason.
I wasn't mad at it when I was a kid.
I know, but I'm just like,
But as I look as an adult, I see how much money we just waste on
right.
stuff that we don't have to.
And I'm
you
not
know.
saying every family the same. There's gonna be family obviously that gets more, and then there's gonna be families that get less. But like Nicole's family, fuck, her mom just go like literally there'll be a basket with like 12 different things in it, and then it's another thing, and it's on top and another thing, and I'm like, yeah, where you gotta cut the funds off these kids, and it's not even her kids. It's just like her grandkids.
Her grandkids or nieces or nephews.
Right.
Yeah, grandparents love spoiling their kids. So I mean, you can't do nothing about it.
I
That's just what grandparents. That's just what they like doing. They
Yeah.
just like spoiling their kids.
It's wild. I'm like, man, these kids ain't getting shit from me. If I was ever a grandparent, I ain't giving them nothing. Okay, like you get some love and a little talk shit on the way out the door. See you later.
This nigga is cheap.
It's me. Yeah. I'm like, I barely want to spend money on my own kid, let alone all my grandkids running around.
You would think different once you like 50 and 60 or 70 when you eventually have grandkids. You'll think different.
Yeah, no, I don't think I will. I wouldn't mind if I'm spending money on experiences. I'm not really like the guy who pays a lot on gifts. I like experience. It's like, okay, if you want to go to like Six Flags or something and I got money for it, I'll take all y'all motherfuckers to Six Flags. Go on a rise and shit like that.
That's still the same thing though.
It
It's
is.
still the same thing.
Yeah, but it's like, but she also does that, and on top of it is the gift, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna subtract the gift out, and you just get the
You said,
experience.
y'all just going to Six Flags.
Yeah,
Y'all not about to
like-
go to Six Flags
Yeah.
and get a gift.
Right. I'm not doing all that. But anyways, all right, we got a lot happening this week. I can't wait to watch this video. But you want to tell them what the fuck happened with Paul Pierce?
So,
And I'm gonna watch this video while you talk about.
to be honest, I didn't even know what the fuck was happening with Paul Pierce. I think I was working on I want to say Saturday night or Friday night when it happened. I was working, and then I just happened to go on Twitter, and I seen it was trending, and then I seen like a clip, but I didn't look at it because I was busy. So
Oh, did you see the clip yet?
no, I seen the clip.
Oh,
I
you seen the
all of
clip?
them
All
now.
right,
Yeah,
I'm watching the clip.
yeah. Paul Pierce was I think I want to say they were in L.A.
She look kind of young.
Yeah, you see that? Look at that. He's lit.
She look young. Oh yeah, he high. He real high. Look at his eye.
Oh no, he was in one clip. He was smoking a blunt.
Wait, where was that clip? I'm only seeing the little girl. Oh, there's
Probably
more.
I think it's this one right
There's
here. Or
more.
the one after this. It's one of these. He was smoking a blunt.
Man, Paul Pierce acting like he 20. He acting like he 20.
See this? What's wrong
He
with this guy?
wildin'. Oh, okay. That's the second clip. All right. Oh.
And then yeah, it was the one where he was like
Oh,
The
it's
stripper
just
was like going-
like a girl.
Oh,
Oh,
this is like a stripper party.
oh, it's a stripper party.
All these girls are strippers, I think, or exotic dancers. I'm sorry, exotic dancers.
Yeah.
All these girls.
Performers. Okay.
No, exotic. I think most
Yeah.
of the girls that were there were exotic dancers.
Wow.
Or
Then.
strippers, whatever you want to call them.
Okay.
Dancing clubs.
Okay. Is it his birthday or he's just rich and got money like that?
I don't know. All I know is they was at a little private mansion party in L.A. There
Right.
was strippers there. They wasn't supposedly following the COVID guidelines or whatever, which is, I think, probably the real reason. That and the strippers is probably the real reason he got fired.
Ooh. So ESPN fired him for that.
Mm-hmm.
Did I saw everything or is there's more like
you
explicit shit?
No,
That was it.
I'm pretty sure that was the most
That's kind of soft now. Looking at
like
it.
it was maybe one clip where like he was like standing up and he had the camera like this and like it was a girl maybe like shaking her ass, but
Oh no, I didn't see that one.
for the most part, but
where's
she
that
still
one?
like had her bikini bottoms on or whatever.
Right, she
It's not
ain't
like-
naked or anything
Yeah,
like
she
that.
wasn't like ass out. So it was just like he was at a party and it was some girls, exotic dancers dancing. They was throwing money, drinking whiskey, smoking,
Oh,
playing
man.
poker.
You know who he woke up the next day like, fuck, I wish I would have took those tweets back. He went live too.
Yeah, he was on IG Live. He was
Whatever
lit.
happened live, don't stay in the IG live. People
was-
gonna record it. They gonna tweet about it. Man,
It was funny though because I had seen the alert saying that he went live.
Uh-huh.
I didn't pay no mind to it. I was like, I'm busy. I'm gonna just mind my business. But I seen the alert and yeah, he was out there having a good time. That seemed like it was a fun little party though. I ain't even gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
I probably wouldn't have went. My girl would have killed me, but still.
Oh no, he got kids.
Paul Pierce?
Hell
He
yeah.
got kids.
He got a lot of kids,
Oh, his wife gonna kill him now.
bro. That I feel like he probably got divorced and it's going wild right now because this man worked for ESPN. He's retired. Always showed up with a suit. I don't think I ever seen him high. That's the first time.
I mean, he is from Cali.
Yeah.
I'm not shocked. that he
Wow,
smoked.
that's wild. Okay. I don't know though. ESPN, like really?
I don't see why they fired him. I didn't think it was that.
It wasn't that bad. It
I
wasn't
didn't-
that
yeah,
bad.
I
He
didn't see
just-
what was too bad about it. Like, besides the fact maybe that they were breaking, not even the fact that it was the exotic dancers, maybe that he was smoking.
This girl looked young though. This girl looked real young.
Now, she looked like she may be our age. She looked like she's probably 23, maybe a little younger.
Man, he's like 40.
Okay, but these
I
are
get it,
exotic
I
dancers.
got
When
it,
you
I
go
got
into
it.
the strip club,
Yeah.
it's not about to be no.
They can't be like
be no-
40.
Nobody want to see no 42-year-old stripper. They want to see a young girl.
You right. You right.
So that's, I mean,
Well, damn.
that's what you expect is what you gonna get.
I'm dying. But you know what's worse? So they announced it
Bro,
today.
look how drunk he looks in that bottom picture right there, where his mouth is
Yeah.
open. Look
Yeah.
at that. Look at there. You see him smoking the blunt. That man was living. That man Paul Pierce was
Oh
living his best
man,
life.
he was, and it seemed like it didn't even seem like there was many people there. It's probably like him, like 3 homies, and then like probably the rest are the dancers.
It looked like it was maybe 4 or 5. I didn't see everybody from the clips I seen, but it looked like it was like 4 or 5 dudes, and then like maybe a good amount of dancers.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of chicks. It was like a good like 6 or 7 chicks there.
Oh, I didn't. I only saw 2. Well, 3.
No, I think
No.
from the clip I seen, I think it was more than 2 or 3.
Oh
I don't
shit!
think
I'm
it
a
was
little
just-
late to the party then, huh?
Yeah, I don't think
it was probably more wild. But today, at around an hour ago, he posted on his Twitter, big things coming soon. Stay tuned. Make sure you smile. Truth shall
Goddamn.
set you free.
Truth shall set you free. Then you
Yeah.
fucking up now.
Yeah, he's just smiling for seconds of it. You know, he had to play it off. You gotta play it off, man. He got money. He got money. So whatever.
Yeah.
I don't work for ESPN. Cool. I got more time.
He a Hall of Famer. Somebody gonna give him another. If he wants to get another like analyst job, somebody give him another analyst job. He's a Hall of Famer. I don't think Paul Pierce would not be a Hall of Famer in the future if he's not already.
Yeah. But
So, I
man,
mean-
yeah, when you work for Disney, like your ESPN is where you're basically working for Disney also. Like you can't be doing this shit. Like they got way too many kids watching the platform
Yeah,
for
too
them
many kids.
to be doing this shit. Like they can't. Yeah, Rachel Nichols gonna be mad. She gonna be like, "What the fuck, Paul? You on the show with me? You out here
Yeah, that's why.
taking shots with strippers?
That's why I was shocked.
I mean, exotic dancers."
That's why I was shocked that they fired him because He's on a lot. He's a staple on ESPN when it comes to like the basketball
right.
stuff.
He's like almost full. I would say he's full time. They never really have. He's like part time ish. Actually, he's part time.
He's on a lot of stuff. I would probably say full time. He's on the jump.
If you're accumulating all the shows,
he's on the jump.
He's
right?
on the. That's the most. He's on the jump.
And then he'd be doing the ESPN. He'd be doing game commentary sometimes, like the pregame and postgame for ESPN.
Yeah.
He'll sometimes be on the other sports shows like First Take or Sports Center, whatever it may be. So he does a lot. So that's why I was shocked.
But you know what? You can't really be shocked. They're NBA players at the same time. They had fucking Michael. They had Scottie Pippen. You know, Scottie was wilding a couple years back. There was a lot of footages.
But it wasn't really him. It was more his wife for Scottie. This is strictly Paul Pierce.
True. But, I mean, they're basketball players. They're bound to happen. Some of these shit's going to happen. It is what it is.
Yeah, I know. You held to a higher standard.
Yeah. But speaking about basketball players, let's talk about Kevin Durant. Man, was it a W for you in the light of the situation, like coming out of it? Were you like the type of person who was like, damn, KD, you fucked up? Or did you grew more respect? Because I know for me, I grew way more respect for KD after the whole thing.
I mean, to me, it didn't really change the way I felt about KD. I've always been high on KD. But, I mean, it was just funny because Michael Rappaport, he always tries to troll.
Right.
So now KD's in his DMs basically pressing the issue.
That's his job, by the way. That's his job. Like, trolling, all Michael Rappaport does is talk shit about famous people, hoping to get a reaction out of famous people, and then that's how he built his clout. So, like, if you in the business of shit talking, you got to be in the business of receiving it, too.
Yeah, that's what
and he can't take it.
That's cool. Like, that can be your job to troll and, like, say these things about these athletes, but you got to remember, you're not Shaq or Charles Barkley. You're not a legend. Like, Shaq and Charles Barkley could say these things, and at the end of the day, they're going to have private conversations with these players because they all respect each other to a certain extent because they're from the same fraternity. Michael Rappaport is just some actor who
appears on like Undisputed here and there,
who's always on
shit.
Sports shows. He can't get an acting gig, so now he's trying to be a
and he always got that stupid word or herpes on his mouth. Man, like why would you go in public with the biggest fucking herpes here?
He's an asshole.
Have you seen all his pictures? Like when he's like, he went on the red carpet with that. I would have called off. I would have been like, you know what? I'm sick. I'm not gonna show up. Look,
I've never actually noticed it, to be honest.
Bro,
if we're being honest,
Okay,
really
here.
I don't pay attention to him that much.
Okay, all right. But like, if you had that big old herpes right on your lips, would you walk the red carpet? Because I ain't taking a day off.
I would get some of that.
I'm okay.
What's that stuff?
Oh, the makeup?
No, not the makeup. That little cold sore shit. I would get that shit for it.
True. Yeah, but it can only do so much. I mean, when you walking around rocking this on your face, I don't think. Yeah, look at that. It like it got a whole life on his face. It has his own life. Look at that. He's at a Sirius XM show, like carpet event. That's a big radio station.
Yeah, don't troll me if you got that on your chin.
Walking around with that.
Yeah, you can't talk shit about me if you got that on your chin. Nah, that's disgusting.
It's disgusting. Just going bare public with that shit. Like,
but back to what he said to KD, I don't know what he really expected. Like, you can't just constantly talk shit. And everybody knows KD is not the one to shy away when it comes to the internet. It don't matter if you're a fan or anybody. If you say something sideways to him, he's gonna on the social media. He's gonna tell you how he feels. So I don't know, I think Michael Rappaport takes the L in the sense that he exposed the messages. Like, you don't have to expose the message.
Snitch.
Basically, yeah, you snitch, but you was talking shit first, and then you snitched, and now you're talking about you feel unsafe or whatever because he threatened you. All he did was say he was gonna spit on you.
That's it.
He could have said worse.
He could have said, "I'll shoot you" or something. He said,
he's not that dumb. He know he got a career, but he could have said worse.
And then like, I think what's worse is that his responses to KD. He's always like, "Why don't you?" The responses are so whack. Like, I hate his responses. Like, why don't you go to Brownsville and help the kids that need it, goofball?
You're saying that like KD and all these athletes don't do charity.
Right. And
So
you know
what is he even
what? You
talking
know
about?
what I hate? You know what I hate about?
I hate it when I saw that low key. Like I was like, what is he even talking about?
Right.
It makes no sense.
But you know what I hate about some white folks in the media? Like they try to kiss ass so much and try to like get some street. Can I say this? Like black cred? Is that?
No, you're right.
Yeah. Okay.
You're right. They're trying to get the cool points with the culture with the black
community.
people.
They try so
No, you're
hard,
right.
and especially Michael Rappaport. He's always on his IG doing his stupid fucking walk, talking about some rap music stuff, talking about nothing but African American rappers or athletes and shit. Always trying to act and seem like he ain't fucking racist, but like he don't give a fuck. He's trying to use the culture just to like make his name. And he's trying to just make it seem like, oh, I'm real hip. Like, I'm a white guy from New York. Like, he's really, like, trying to play this New Yorker vibe. And I'm like, bro, I see right through your little New York. You ain't New Yorker.
That's why I got him muted on Twitter and all these social medias. I was sick of seeing, like, even if it's from, like, other famous sports people that I follow.
Right.
I was just sick of seeing Michael Rappaport's name pop up on my TO. So he's muted.
Right.
I don't see shit that he posts anymore. The only reason I know about this is because KD was involved.
Yeah,
I don't see it. So,
but
like,
hey, man, KD went ham on the DM. He said, "I heard it all before you, cunt. Chuck doesn't need a security pale pasty cum glizzing bitch." I'm like, wow. I swear I'm gonna spit on your face when I see your dirty ass. I'm
That's
like,
funny.
man,
that part right there. That had me dead.
Man,
like,
but you know what? They both live in New York. That could happen. Maybe one day you fucking walk down the street and suddenly you fucking bumping each other because New York ain't that fucking big.
I feel KD though. Like, KD really just be chilling, minding his business. And he just be getting hate for no reason. So I be feeling him, man.
Yeah.
Niggas need to start leaving KD alone and just let that man hoop.
I see nothing wrong with him making another fucking Twitter account, responding to fans. You know, I see nothing wrong with that. I'm like, yo, for KD, he's single. He ain't got a family. All he does is ball.
Yes,
he got a lot of time on his hand. So if a man want to come back, clap back, I'm like, go, bro, go ahead. Yeah. I always see like Stephen A. or something. It's like, you be honest. It's like, nah, what if you enjoy it? Like, if you get a kick, if he gets a kick out of saying some shit, shutting down some fans for saying stupid shit, man, I don't see no wrong with that.
I think that way too. Like, I try not to let shit get to me, but like, man, fuck being beyond shit. Sometimes you just can't let people just be talking down on your name. Sometimes you have to defend your name.
Right.
So I get the shit that KD does. Like, I don't be mad at it. Like, even if people say, oh, he's going over the line, he's going too far. Well, people are always disrespecting him. At some point, if you constantly disrespecting someone, they're going to break.
Yeah.
So I don't know what people expect. They expect him to just sit back and constantly just let people talk about him, call him whatever. Everybody calls KD soft. He has fake rings, whatever you want to call it. Like,
yeah,
at some point he sees all this stuff. He has a social media. He's gonna see all this. It's gonna affect him. We're all human at the end of the day. So
right, and
people
like,
don't look at it that way.
And like, coming out of this situation, like, I don't see how Michael Rappaport can talk any more shit. He constantly is the guy who talks the shit, but then get bitched out, and then like, especially with him and Dave Portnoy, this dude really tried to get lawyered up and sued him for basically defamation of character as a reason as to why he's fucking he's trying to sue Portnoy
because they said he had that little STD on his chin.
Right? No. Yeah, look, I'll show you this little clip right here with Dave. But basically what it is he got fired, and he started talking shit about Dave, and then Dave started making like T-shirts, like that really like fucked with him, and then that's the reason why he started suing Dave. And Dave,
so pretty much he got a taste of his own medicine,
basically, and he lawyered up, and like it just show how much. Yeah, it's just like, man, like you're not allowed to talk shit anymore, because the next thing you're gonna do once somebody revolt and do something back at you unexpectedly or whatever, or like exceed the point where you can handle it, you just gonna fucking sue them? Like, what kind of bitch move is that? You know,
that's soft. I mean, especially the type of dude that Rappaport portrays himself to be.
Right.
You can't just be,
which is a white guy who's just trying to be black as much as possible.
That too, but not even that. He tried to portray that tough guy, that machismo, that, oh, I'm down with the culture. If you're gonna portray that type of, that's your personality or that's who you are, then you can't just be
soft.
getting all soft when stuff don't go your way, or lawyering up because someone's saying that, making fun of the way you look, because you do it to people all the time.
Yeah, I don't want to see his ass on Undisputed anymore with a stupid herpes by his lips talking any more shit. Even about LeBron. I don't really like LeBron, but he can't
be
talk.
hating on LeBron.
He be
I don't
hating on
get it.
LeBron, man. He be
I'm
hating
like,
on
what the
LeBron
fuck
so
are you even
bad.
talking about? I'm like, have you even picked up a basketball and actually played before in your life?
Yeah, no,
To be able to even talk.
I think when he goes on Undisputed, him and Skip just really drive the narrative home that they hate LeBron. And I'm like, okay, enough is enough. Shut the fuck up and roll with it, because that's the only thing you ever going to say.
Yeah, Michael Rappaport, he a loser. I always thought he was a loser.
Yeah. Is he even funny? I never find anything he does funny.
Only thing I ever liked that he did was this one little scene in Next Friday when he was the mailman. Other than that, I've never really looked at stuff where he's the main character.
I've never even seen him in a movie.
Yeah, I don't.
I've seen Friday. I don't even remember him.
I've seen him in I've seen cameos of him in movies. I've never seen a movie where he's like a main character or the lead
Right.
character. I've never seen.
I don't even know how he makes his money. Like, does he even have a special?
He's an actor.
I thought they say he's a comedian as well.
Okay, yeah, he's a comedian. He probably does stand up. Let me do my research. Let's not do this.
They
He
said
probably does stand
actor and comedian. I'm like, what kind of comedian? Like,
Yeah, so if he's a comedian, then yeah, he probably does stand up or skits and stuff. Maybe he was he used to be a Saturday Night Live.
no.
I don't know, bro.
He's not that big. Let's calm down. Let's not give him that much clout.
Let's see. Oh, he was on Prison Break.
Okay, not that big of a show.
Prison Break? I didn't even watch that show. I know that was big. Hitch. He was in Hitch. I remember he was in Hitch. Oh, I'm stupid. I'm not about to disrespect Michael Rappaport. Higher Learning. Higher Learning.
Yeah.
That old movie with Ice Cube in them. Yeah, he was in Higher Learning. So
He was all right.
back in the day, yeah, when he was younger, he did a lot of shit, but now he don't really do shit. Now
No,
he just
does his daily morning walk, probably like little old
Yeah.
people stretch and then talk some shit like an old person. But nah, he needs to stop that shit before KD spit on your ass, Michael. Because I think KD will. He much taller, so it'll reach.
I think he will.
It just reach quicker. He don't gotta spit up. He'll just spit right down at you. And I think KDG, he said meet me at 10 and gave the address. I was like, damn, okay.
Mike don't want that smoke with KD.
No, he don't.
want that smoke with
He's
KD,
so
man.
old. No, he's so old.
KD will wash the streets with Michael Rappaport.
Yeah. All right, hold up. I'll be right back. All right, man. How do you feel about the NFL extending this 17 game?
Me personally, as a fan, I like it. I mean, obviously, I love it. But if I'm thinking of how the players feel, I'm pretty sure they don't want to play that extra game. Like, they already play 16 games, get beat up. Half of them at the end of the season be having to get little small surgeries or take hella time off just to recover. So, excuse me. I don't think they really like it. But I think the next CBA or whatever it is, when they change the rules, or I think even next season, this upcoming season, I think they're going to change.
They got one more.
But I think even this offseason or next offseason, they're going to change like some of the rules when it comes to what they do in the offseason.
No, I think they're going to have to change it just because like they kind of basically lost like a whole year revenue as far as like fan base wise.
Yeah. But they also have to give these players time to rest, because if they keep just putting these players out here and not giving them enough time and making them play an extra game a season, even if you take a preseason game away.
Yeah.
At some point, look at what happened this season. We lost Saquon Barkley, McCaffrey. We lost hella stars. That OBJ.
Yeah.
The whole 49ers defense.
Basically, it was kind of COVID, though.
No, they had a lot of people that got hurt.
They
Nick Bosa,
they did.
Kinlaw, someone else,
right?
I think was out for the season. They had like 3 stars.
Yeah, I think what it is I think last season is an anomaly just because they didn't really have that much time going into the preseason to begin with. They didn't have their regular OTAs and all that shit. And it was just kind of like thrown in there, and then they fucking just started playing preseason game, and they went straight into regular season game. So it's like, I think this season you're gonna see a little bit less of the injuries. I'm not so much a fan of the. It's only one game. It's not gonna make a big difference. Like we're probably not gonna notice much. But like, it's just like for the suck team, that's just one more game to watch.
Yeah, but that's
like,
one more. Well, I guess it gives them another chance. It gives them one more game to try to, if you're a team that may not be trash, if you're like a middle of the road, like an 8-8, 9-7, 7-9 team, that gives you one extra game to try to.
So I wonder
that playoff
if they add this one more game, will they add another bye week? So instead of 1 week, you get 2 bye weeks.
No, because they're taking away a preseason game, so it's only going to be 3 preseason games this season.
Oh, okay. I don't know how I feel about that. Might as well just have 2 preseason games. Why just like an odd number? Just kind of sticks weird with me. Like why 3 preseason games? Just cut it into 2 and then 17 games, and then you go on from there.
I think they did it like that because they wanted to extend the regular season without losing the total amount of games that are played in total from preseason to end.
I just don't understand.
That's why they just took away a game and added one.
I just don't understand why they don't just do like the two bye week. Like I don't see nothing wrong with the 2 bye week. You can kind of like play a little better where you schedule things, because a lot of the times, and there's some teams that would like play a Monday and it would play like a Sunday, and it would play like a Thursday again, and it's like, well, fuck, that was like I can't even prepare for the.
Well, I think this year they're eliminating. If I'm correct, I have to look more into it, but I think this year they're eliminating Thursday night games.
No.
It's on like a couple. I don't think it's gonna go as far as it did.
No. It's gonna be on Amazon. So Amazon bought the rights to stream the Thursday night games.
I thought they were eliminating those.
No. I think the reason why you thought that way is because they're going to be like streaming now. They're not going to be on is it NFL Network?
Yeah, they'd be on NFL Network,
Network?
NBC, or sometimes this Thursday.
Something like that.
This season they were on like Fox or whatever sometimes on Thursdays. So I think they're just going to be strictly on Amazon now.
Every year it seems like they kind of shift the Thursday night game. For once, I feel like they should just eliminate the Thursday night game, because you get like the Jacks versus the Jets. I'm like, who the fuck
I never liked them.
Who's gonna watch that like on prime time?
Exactly. I never liked Thursday night games, and this might be selfish, but from a fantasy standpoint, I've always learned, especially with fantasy, whenever you have a star player that plays on Thursday night and they just played that Sunday before, they somehow, some way
get injured,
get hurt.
Yeah,
don't understand it, and that might be selfish, but still, if I'm even just thinking of it, take fantasy out,
right?
Just for the health of the players, these players are playing 100% on Thursday and then got to come back a 4 day turnaround and play another game.
Yeah,
at 100%. Like at some point, people are gonna bodies are breaking down, and it shows.
Right.
A lot of people have had like season-ending injuries off of the Thursday night game. So I think they should just eliminate them.
I don't understand why they always shift the suck game to Thursday rather than like maybe like shift that sucky game into like a Sunday along with a whole bunch of good games. So, and then you can get that good Thursday night game like by itself where nobody has like a distraction, maybe just the NBA during that day or something like that.
Well, it's because you have to think about it. It's all think about it. We got CBS,
right? We
got Fox,
right?
ESPN, NBC,
right?
NFL Network that all show games. So obviously, certain teams, like, for example, you really only see the Chiefs, like, every once in a while, if they play, like, the Bucks or the Saints or somebody, the Packers, you might see the Chiefs on Fox. But for the most part, you really only see the Chiefs play on CBS. You really only see the Cowboys play on CBS.
They play NBC.
Well,
it's the Sunday night.
If they're playing on Sunday night, that's different. But if they're just playing their normal Sunday games, like, you really only see the Chiefs on CBS. Maybe Fox, depending on what team they're playing. But for the most part, the Chargers too, only on CBS. The Rams and the Bucks, the Saints, always on Fox.
The reason why is Fox has NFC, AFC has CBS have AFC. Yeah, that's the reason why.
But they also, I think some of these channels also have contracts with certain teams. Like,
no. So the big channel, which is the 2, the 4, the 11, they have contract with the division and the league.
There we go. So that's not just the conference, but the divisions. Like, for example, CBS gets all the AFC West games.
So you're always going to see the Raiders on CBS.
The Broncos, I don't think I watched the Broncos at all this season on Fox.
No. Yeah, because they have NFC. So you're only going to see like the Saints and the Packers and the Cowboys on Fox, and the rest. And then NBC will get the night game. So, and then now Amazon's going to get the Thursday night game. And
that's why they can't.
They're kind of like slowly going away from the NFL Network. I think they're not going to make that much money.
I think they're going to turn it into a streaming service.
Yeah. No, I think so. I kind of like it. I just kind of want to like, I'm so fucking sick and tired of like when it comes to sports. There's so many like ways to watch it. I just kind of want to like a one stop go. Like just boom, there you go, and you get all the game. But I guess that's where you can get the NFL League Pass, which is crazy
Well, that's
expensive.
why I just illegally stream everything anyway.
You can't say that online.
The fuck about what the feds gonna look at this?
I guess, yeah, we have like 2 viewers that are gonna report your ass. So
feds gonna
whatever,
look at
it don't really matter.
The fuck they gonna do? Knock on my door and say stop using crack streams?
Hey, if you say that, if you say that about UFC, Dana White's gonna be knocking at your door.
Dana White gonna have to fight me, and he might whoop my ass, but he gonna have to fight me.
Man, speaking of Dana White, okay, so the announcement of the Conor fight is happening. It's happening in July 10th, I think. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, July 10th.
July 10th. That's gonna be the international fight week. So if you're not a big fan of UFC, you're kind of casual. International Fight Week is basically the biggest week in UFC. They try to stack that card with like crazy fights. So
like all the best fighters fighting each other pretty much.
Yeah, so that fight card will be always the sickest card of the year, or at least they try to be. And I think that card shaping is gonna be good. Whether Conor's gonna win or Dustin, I don't know, but I think the question every fan who are casual of the UFC always ask this question when Conor fight is he done if he loses? So for somebody who doesn't watch the UFC as much, but you do.
Not
is
as
he
much
done?
as like you or like the avid. I'm like
Right.
a little above casual maybe.
Yeah,
but
you're
I would
above-
still say I'm kind of a casual fan, but
Yeah, you're a little bit above casual. You're not like the type of guy who watch all the interviews and the press conference and like the highlights and shit, or the analysis or deep dive like me. But you know, so it's like, are you willing to say if he loses this, like he should retire? Which is the mainstream question to ask her.
Conor loses this. He just lost to Dustin Poirier. He basically knocked him out or fucked his leg up to where he couldn't fight. Then made him. Did he make him submit?
No, he TKO'd him.
He TKO'd him. Okay, so yeah, I remember that. He lost to Khabib. He beat Cowboy. He lost to Didn't he lose to somebody else?
He lost to Nate, but then won in the rematch.
Didn't he lose to somebody else recently though?
No, the only person he lost to in his UFC career is Nate, Khabib, and Dustin.
I'll give him one more. If he loses this fight, I'll give him one more.
One more
As
after
a
this
casual
fight?
fan, yeah. If he loses this fight and then going to the next fight and he lose,
Right.
might as well hang it up. You already a legend. You did so much for the UFC that a lot of people haven't done. Like the UFC was slowly starting to get mainstream, but if it wasn't for Conor, low key,
They wouldn't be here.
they wouldn't. Where the UFC is at right now, they would not be there yet. They would be getting there slowly because boxing is dying, but Conor like accelerated it times 100.
Yeah, they wouldn't. I can argue that they wouldn't have not got the ESPN deal.
Never
Without Conor.
Hell no.
Like ESPN is not gonna attract. It's not gonna be in partnership with you if you don't have like a fighter
Someone that you can
transcends.
sell.
Right.
You gotta have somebody to sell, and that's what Conor is.
Yeah. Coming into this fight, I think it's a little bit too soon. I didn't think it was gonna be July, honestly. I think it was gonna. I kind of wanted it to be like maybe September or something. But usually September is never really like a month where they like have like big cards. So I get it why July is. But just kind of seeing Conor, I guess if you don't want to do the timeline, today's April 5th, right?
Yeah.
Today's April 5th. The fight is July 10th. So he basically has 3 months, right? Based on his IG, he's not really training that much. He's kind of going in and out, probably a little workout, a little rolling. I have confidence that Conor will grow and will learn from his past fight.
I think he's been humbled.
Yeah, I think he's been humble. And I think another thing is that he learned that he can't half-ass the process because he's so confident in himself. Like, at the end of the day,
Exactly.
you're going to lose if you don't put it your all. And he was thinking about boxing too much. And I think that that fucks up his whole game plan was he came in trying to be a boxer.
But here's the thing with me. I think that, like, people say that Conor is always cocky or whatever. He got humbled by Dustin Poirier. He did. But I think Conor got humbled when he lost to Khabib. When he lost to Khabib, he was never like, I mean, he's still Conor McGregor, but he was never like, just like, he's changed. He was never just a super asshole like how he used to be. He wasn't just out here just always talking shit.
All right.
He was more focused on winning, and that's when he came back and beat whoever he
Cowboy.
beat. Huh?
He beat
Yeah,
Cowboy.
he came back and beat the fuck out of Cowboy. And when he lost to Khabib, I wasn't sure if he was going to beat Cowboy, even though I know Cowboy was at the end of his career or whatever.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure, and he beat the dog shit out of him. It wasn't even close.
I definitely think Conor doesn't need to be the same Conor during the Khabib lead up, but I definitely think he can't be. He's just one of those fighters who he probably won't fight at his best if he's coming in with so much respect for the fighter. I think he's the guy who gets a little kicked off, like, and
He needs that motivation.
yeah, he needs a little shit talking. I don't necessarily think he needs a shit talk to Dustin leading up to the next fight, but I think he does need to chill out on the respecting and the laughing and the handshaking and the I'm kind of
I get it,
we're
he more-
buddies and shit like that.
Yeah, he more humble. He could be disrespectful how he was with Khabib in a lot of fights before then, and just be like, oh yeah, fuck this. Who the fuck is this guy? Who the fuck is this guy? He could do all that shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's cool that he got a kid now. He probably see life different. So I mean, yeah, but he needs to find a way to motivate himself.
Right.
To bring that dog that he used to have when he was fucking in Ireland, fucking fighting and fucking being broke, fucking having to
Cashing
fight in
welfare
gyms.
checks,
Yeah,
yeah.
doing cash welfare
I
checks
think-
and all the shit he had to do. He came from nothing.
I compare him to Mayweather in a way where they like approach leading up to a fight. They talk a lot of shit, and Mayweather kept that shit throughout his career. I don't think he ever had a phase where people were like, "Oh, he changed," you know? Like he kept the shit talking, and I feel like Conor needs to like kind of keep that same mentality throughout his fighting career because it's like, don't fix what ain't broken. I guess you got in some shit, you went to jail a little bit, and you had a bunch of shit. You don't need to be such a nice guy. Like, at the end of the day, it's the fight game. I gotta come in, take your head off.
Exactly.
You know, like you don't need to fucking almost destroy it, or like throw dollies at a bus and do all that shit, go to jail. And you don't need to talk so much shit, but I feel like just a little bit of edge.
There's nothing wrong with being competitive.
Yeah.
Talking a little shit. I get what you're saying. You don't need to be crazy, but oh my lord. By the way, Gonzaga is getting ran right
Wrecked.
now. 13-4.
Oh,
I
okay.
looked at the score.
Oh
It's-
shit, the
yeah.
game's going on.
It just started.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Man,
but
okay.
still. But
Yeah.
but still, like with Conor, like it's nothing wrong with talking shit. I get like he wants to be more humble. He don't want to seem like a pompous asshole or whatever. But it's nothing wrong with talking a little shit, being a little cocky, being confident in yourself.
Yeah.
That confidence is what got him here. Is
Yeah.
what got him out of Ireland and got him into the UFC to where he could change not only his life but his family's life.
So do you think he's gonna win the rematch?
I think
or
he is.
You think he is?
Yeah, without doubt. If he lose, I'll be hurt because I'm a Conor fan, but I won't be shocked because Dustin Poirier is not a slouch. Like, it's one
No,
thing I do know, he's
no.
not a slouch.
I
So I
think-
won't be shocked, but
I
I think
don't-
Conor got this.
I wish I could say the same. I'm kind of torn just because the third fight could end up very much like the second fight if Dustin just land
Mm-hmm.
3 to 5 calf kicks and that's it.
Yeah, but
Like-
the third fight can also end up like the first fight if Conor decides to be back on his bullshit.
Yes, but Dustin is way better than the first fight, Dustin. And
That's also
Conor,
true.
I feel like he hasn't progressed as much, and I wouldn't say he digressed either.
He hasn't fell off. I thought you were gonna say he fell off, and I was
No.
gonna say he hasn't fell off, but he hasn't progressed because he went from, you gotta think about it, he had a kid. What is his son, like 2 now, 3 now?
Kids?
His son's like 2 or 3 now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just recently had a kid. Like the same thing happened. I'm not gonna compare myself to Conor, but when I had my daughter, like a lot of stuff in my life, when it came just to anything I'm doing, slowed down, and it all really focused on my kid and just my family. So I could see why he hasn't like
Yeah.
progressed a little more. Like he was starting a family. Like he was getting married, doing all this shit. He was focused on his whiskey, the proper 12, and all that.
Speaking of the proper 12, I forgot to mention this, but I think it's kind of a positive. He sold actually all the stake of
Yeah, when I seen that, that's why I was like, he back on his bullshit.
I think I think he knows now that like, hey, if I'm gonna be in the fight game, I want to be a champion game. I gotta cut off some of these endeavors. I can't be doing so much shit when I should be training.
It's not
so
even that.
him
He could
selling
do
off.
it. Sorry to interrupt you, but he
No,
could
no.
do it. But he has to, if he's gonna be in the fight. Like I'm not mad that he sold Proper 12. There's nothing wrong. He made so much money
No.
off of it, so it don't even matter.
He's still the
but,
face of the brand though.
Yeah,
He's still
still the
gonna
face of the
promote it.
brand.
He's just not gonna be like running it. You know.
But he could still do these endeavors. But what you're saying is right. But if he's gonna be in the fight game, then he needs, when he's in the fight game and not focusing on his side ventures.
Right.
His focus in the fight game needs to be 100%. He can't be in the fight game and still be trying to promote whiskey and all this other stuff when you got a fight coming up. You need to be focused on training for that fight and that fight. The whiskey and all that stuff could come after you get the win because you're gonna get more exposure once you get that win anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, no. So if I were to put my money on the next fight, I'll probably put my money on Conor, but it's gonna be a tough one. I'm probably gonna say it's gonna be like it's gonna go well into the 4th or the 5th. Possibly a decision. I can't see Dustin knocking him out again,
Nah, he's not knocking him out.
but I definitely think that he's gonna have a tough time with Dustin. Like, it's not gonna be a first round KO or second round KO. By the way, I don't want Conor to come out while doing the press and be like first round KO. I think he needs to.
Just focus on winning and don't worry about what
Right.
the press asking him what he predicts the fight is gonna be.
Right, regardless if it's fucking 5 round, regardless it's 3 round, regardless it's 1 round. A win at the end of the day is a fucking win. And once you got that win, you're in line for the title because Dana White is going to ride your dick till the sun don't shine. So
Unless you're John Jones.
unless you're John Jones, he going to be like, I'm hopping off that dick. You ain't getting your money.
Pause, by the way.
But by the way, 15 mil, I think that's what he asked for.
Who,
By the
Conor?
way, John Jones.
John Jones?
John Jones said 8 to 10 mil was too cheap.
He's the best fighter in the UFC.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's my only argument.
Bro,
He the best fighter. Like, just give him the money.
He on crack. He ain't getting that. He's trying to ask for 10. He's trying to ask for
Bro,
like
just give him the
15.
money.
But he's trying to ask for 15 mil without pay-per-view points. You know how much Conor makes without pay-per-view points? He doesn't even cash in 10 mil. It's less than 10
So
mil.
all of his stuff comes because everybody buys a pay-per-view when they see Conor McGregor's name on it. That's
Right.
where his money comes from.
But the big money is the pay-per-view share. It's not really the contract. The pay-per-view share is where the money's at. And John Jones wants 15 mil before the pay-per-view
Because
points.
with fights, they split everything between the fighters, right? And then after that, they split it between their staff and their trainers. They handle that. But
Well,
for the main share, it's split between the fighters and the UFC.
yeah, so
right?
so you got to pay to show up.
Mhm.
You got to pay to win. And then if you're in the main event and if you're a champion, then you get pay-per-view points. You don't get pay-per-view points if you're the first fight, the second fight, or the third fight.
You got to be one of the
You have to-
the 3 main events or 2 main events.
No. You have to be the main
Oh,
event.
the last fight, you got to be the headliner.
Yeah,
that makes sense then.
majority of the time, you have to be the headline in order to get points from the pay-per-view. You don't just get that, you know? So John won 15 without the pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
That's gnarly. Nobody's getting paid that much without the pay-per-view, bro. Like 15 to show up is what he wants.
Think about it. And everybody in the UFC shouldn't get that, but the best fighters should be getting that. The Conors, the John
But he's
Jones.
not. But Conor isn't getting that.
They should.
But
I can make an argument that they should. They're putting their lives on the line every time they step in that ring. You never know if you're gonna fucking die if you don't get hit hard in the head. People have died boxing. People have died in MMA fight. You never know. You get hit the wrong way and now you're in the hospital with a concussion and die a couple months later or a month later. So
yes,
hey, I'm not mad at it.
yes. But also you gotta understand, a UFC fight card has a shit ton of fights, right? And most of the
You
time
gotta
they
pay everybody. No, I get it.
yeah.
You gotta pay everybody.
So it's kind of like the NFL where it's like you gotta distribute it evenly, and then ESPN got to get a kick of their own, and it's so many fucking many shit in between where 15 they're not at a point where they're gonna be making 15 because the only reason why boxing is that way is because there's literally like 5 fights on the card. And it's like nobody's there to watch the first fight or second. They're just there to watch the main event.
Boxing also has a way bigger whatever TV deal they have when it comes to HBO or ESPN Fight Night or whatever the deals they have when you see boxing matches. They have a way bigger deal than UFC right now
Yes,
because
but
boxing has been around for longer. UFC is still when it comes to being mainstream, it's still relatively new. So
True.
they got to still, once they start getting more fans, when they start getting new TV deals and ESPN and all these places start paying them more money to broadcast the fights.
I mean, they're not getting a new deal for another like 5-6 years. They already signed the ESPN deal like a couple years back. So
they'll be able to talk in a couple years for an extension and get some more money.
Maybe.
Because the UFC is on the rise right now.
Yeah, and they just sold out the next 2 pay-per-view, sold out within like minutes. So
Boxing
I'm kind
not
of fucking
selling out like that no more.
I'm kind of fucking stoked on that, all right? And we're going to be right back to talk about some more sports. Oh yeah, you say fans are back. We can go watch basketball games now, right?
It's April. Yeah, I think starting in April.
I think we're allowed in LA now.
Yeah, the Clippers and Lakers. So I'm about to give me a ticket.
I think the last game there was fans, if I'm not mistaken. Now we're talking about the NBA. Okay, we're gonna go start talking about what's going on in the NBA.
I didn't check, to be honest, but I know I seen something that said starting in April they're gonna start in LA. They're gonna start letting fans in the game. So
yeah,
I'm assuming that fans are back in the games.
Yeah. Fans are back in the game. Let's talk about weird timing for the Jrue Holiday signing. Kind of like before the playoffs. I didn't think they were gonna get it done now, but 4 years, $160 million. Is he getting overpaid here?
I like Jrue Holiday
for a 29-year-old.
I like Jrue Holiday too, but Giannis just signed a Supermax, right?
Yes, he did.
They re-signed Chris Middleton the year before, right?
Correct.
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
You locked up your main 2 players, and you need that third option, so I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it. Just
I didn't think they had the money for it, seeing that Milwaukee is a smaller market, but I'm not mad at it. Jrue Holiday not bad.
Right. They kind of had to. They gave up so much for him, so it's like,
yeah.
I mean, you're kind of stuck.
Yeah, but he's not bad. So I'd rather be stuck with Jrue Holiday than Eric Bledsoe.
Right. Now the thing is, will this signing, obviously Giannis is going to stay for the foreseeable future, but will this signing take them over the top as far as like the Eastern Conference?
No.
Hell no.
No, they're not beating the Heat. They're not beating the Nets. They're not beating the
I could like right now
Celtics look shitty, so I don't know.
Right now
they're not beating the Heat and the Nets.
Right now they're third. But I can argue that like there's 3 teams underneath them that are better than them come playoff time.
Shit. Let LaMelo get healthy. They might not even want to see the fucking Hornets in the playoffs. The way they've been playing, even without LaMelo right now, might not even want to see Charlotte. So I don't know. I don't think that's going to take him over the top. He's a good pickup for them because they need a guard. Like, he's better than Eric Wade. To me, if I had to put, like, if we're doing tiers, I don't know what tier I would put both of these players in, but I know Jrue Holiday would be at least 2 tiers above Bledsoe, in my opinion.
Bledsoe wasn't a good shooter. He's very inconsistent, undersized.
He's a great defender, but he's undersized. He's an inconsistent scorer.
Yeah.
Jrue Holiday is more of a consistent scorer and a better defender, or if not, they're both the same. Like, they're both the same level defender, but Jrue Holiday is a way better scorer.
Right. And my thing is that, like, I don't think they addressed the shooting aspect. I know Chris Middleton is a great shooter, but it kind of proves in the playoff last season that Chris Middleton wasn't enough. Sometimes he was kind of carrying the team, but just having one shooter isn't going to necessarily take you to the next step.
No, yeah, I always say this. Chris Middleton is not a number 2. He's a number 3. They need somebody. I think the Bucks would have benefited from getting like a Victor Oladipo or somebody.
Right, but do you think Holiday is a number 2, or he's also another number 3? And now you're basically having 2 number 3 trying to make him
basically
be number
what
2.
they have is they have a number 1 in Giannis, because even if Giannis can't shoot, he's still a number 1 in the fact of he's unstoppable. When he gets in his zone, he's pretty much unstoppable, like a LeBron, like a KD, like a Steph, Kyrie, any of these players. So he's a number 1.
Right.
I would say Chris Middleton is like a 2B.
2B.
Jrue Holiday is a 3.
I
think they need a 2A. They need like a Oladipo. They need somebody who's gonna, no matter who the fuck is on them at any given night, they can get you 20 points. And Chris Middleton could do that, but in the playoffs when people play defense,
right,
they can slow Chris Middleton down and then when you slow Chris Middleton down, all you have to do is fucking just clog the paint, and then Giannis can't do shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, they need a number 2 around them that could really shoot and really get a bucket. Yeah. That's gonna spread the floor more.
Their record is 32-17.
Got a good record.
Good record, but definitely it kind of shows that they're still trying to figure it out as a team. when you do watch them, the dynamics kind of weird. Between I think Holiday and Middleton does need to work a little bit more on their chemistry, and then Giannis is like Stephen A. always say is a jump shot away from being the best player in the game.
And that's what I say. That's the thing with Giannis and Ben Simmons. If them two motherfuckers could at least shoot 33% from the 3-point line, they'd be unstoppable. You can't stop them because you can't stop them getting to the basket.
I don't even think the 3-point is the most important aspect.
They just get a mid range.
But mid range, I just want him to like post, like if he can somehow have that LaMarcus Aldridge post fade away or just a jumper in the mid range, he's unstoppable. Like he doesn't need to go out there and shoot the three because you have Middleton and you have Holiday who can't shoot, you know? And then Lopez with his big ass self always gonna stand behind the 3-point line for no goddamn fucking reason.
Instead of getting rebounds.
Instead of getting fucking rebounds. I don't understand. Yo.
I fuck with Brook Lopez, but he don't never get rebounds.
Bro, is he just the laziest center in the game? There's so many times I'm watching and I'm like, get your big ass behind.
I know Giannis said though that he don't like working out with opposing players from different teams in this offseason because, quote unquote, we're not supposed to be friends. But I think he would benefit from working out with another wing player like a KD, like a Kawhi, like a PG, one of those wing players, a Jimmy Butler, Jimmy Butler not be as good as a 3-point shooter or good a shooter as those other 3 dudes that I named. But working out with one of those 4 players, I think it'll really help like his shooting. I think he would come along, especially if he work out with like KD over the offseason.
Right.
He'd be ridiculous.
Yeah,
my gosh.
I don't really see anything wrong with their bench. You know, you have Portis, who's good, solid backup. You have the DiVincenzo,
he's solid,
hustle play. Forbes can knock down shot.
Pat Connaughton,
hustle play, can knock down shot, rebounds.
The Bucks got a squad.
And DJ Augustine is a solid backup.
That was a solid pickup when he traded the Magic let him go. That's a solid pickup for the Bucks.
Yeah.
You know what I think the Bucks' problem is outside the fact that they need a legit number 2?
What?
I still think their coach is a fraud.
Yeah, no,
that's just me.
Right. I don't think their coach is great. I think his scheme.
Budenholzer is terrible.
Right.
He's terrible.
If you watch them in the playoff, I think they're too unpredictable.
You put Steve Clifford in Budenholzer's shoes right now, and I think the Bucks might be a legit contender.
Yeah,
because the schemes he used would be ridiculous. He shouldn't be coaching the Magic right now.
Yeah, no. Speaking of coach, I know we didn't really talk about this, but I kind of been hearing this shit a lot on ESPN, and they're kind of blaming the Celtic slumped
on Brad Stevens.
On Brad Stevens a lot.
It is.
Personally, do you believe that it's kind of Stevens' fault that they're in this low slump, or is it the roster and the personnel?
Well, it might be a little his fault too, but it's the roster. I mean, outside of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, you really don't have nobody.
Right.
I mean, yeah, you could say Kemba Walker, but Kemba Walker's 5'9". Like, it's only so much he can do.
But he's been hurt. He's been hurt, and I don't think he's gone back to his potential, to his old forms.
He's for sure nowhere near his old form.
Right.
Like, they don't have. It's just literally the Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown show, and don't featuring Kemba Walker because can't nobody else fucking score.
I don't think Brad Stevens is the fault guy here. I think it's the GM. I think the Celtics has been way too cheap and way too safe when it comes to the trade deadlines.
Yeah, it's on Danny Ainge more than anybody.
Because there's so many, they're collecting fucking draft. There's so many trades out there that Danny Ainge could have pulled the plug and he just didn't.
He just draft picks.
He just kind of held back. He could have went for Aaron Gordon, which I said. Aaron Gordon would have been a good.
The Celtics get Aaron Gordon, and you move Jason Tatum back to the 3, and he's not playing the 4 no more. It's ridiculous.
Right. I was calling that on like maybe episode 5 or 6, something like that. I was calling that, and then the Nuggets pulled the plug, and I was like, "Yo, Celtics, are you gonna pull the plug? You could even went and got Vucevic, you know."
They should have went and got Vucevic. They need a big man.
Right.
He would have been a cold fit. I mean, he's still a cold fit, but wherever he's at right now.
They're such a small team, and then they let go Daniel Theis, which is like their one big players who rebounds and defend.
Exactly.
So I just don't see what Danny Ainge is doing. I feel like his job should be up, like it should be in the hot seat. I think they're kind of holding on. They're just one of those like historic franchise who doesn't want to shift when it comes to GM, kind of like the Lakers for a while. But I think they do need a new GM with a better perspective because their team is young.
The reason
And Danny Ainge kind of have that old mindset that isn't really working.
The reason I would say not yet, I think we got to give Danny Ainge maybe 2 more years, is because, the Celtics are having a bad season. That's okay. But we've seen Danny Ainge turn draft picks. He made hella trades and turned that into Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, who are going to be 2 future stars of the league. So he know what he's doing. They in a slump right now. This a bad season, but I think if they don't break out of the slump, next season is going to be different for the Celtics. They're not going to be playing better.
Yeah, but as a Celtic fans, you don't really want to hear that because you're like, oh, am I going through like 1, 2, 3 season where we're gonna be like bottom of the playoff or even a losing record just so we can draft some good players?
If the Celtics make it to the playoffs, there's still a lot of teams that they're beating in the playoffs.
Yeah, no, they can definitely beat the Hornets. They can beat the Atlanta Hawks. They can beat any team from
they can still beat the Bucks.
6 to 8. Yeah, they can beat the Bucks, but I just don't see how they can beat the Bucks.
They still got the same roster outside of Daniel Tice. They still got the same roster from last season. They could beat all these teams.
Gordon Hayward's not on the team.
Oh shit! Outside of Gordon Hayward too, you're right.
Yeah. Gordon Hayward.
That's what they're missing. Gordon Hayward. That was another for sure.
They're missing another shooter and another playmaker.
Another consistent scorer. You're right.
Right.
I forgot about Gordon
Hayward. And they're banking on small Kemba, and Kemba body is just not holding up for what they're asking him to do. Yeah. And so I think this year could have been the Danny Ainge time where he unload the draft pick and get a player.
He should have.
And he just...
Because they're literally one more piece away from being scary.
Yeah, I think one more piece away and a boost up on the bench. A little booster on the bench. Bench isn't that deep.
If they get one more good piece, you can move Marcus Smart to the bench if he's not already on the bench.
Yeah, true. But
so that would help their bench a lot, moving Marcus Smart to the bench instead of him starting.
Yeah, because she was a solid bench player.
Yeah, he's great off the bench.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, this is it for this episode. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. We're going to be back every week talking about sports. This week was a crazy little week for sports. We didn't even talk about the NCAA, but, man, I have my UCLA mug. Oh, shit. Wrong way. It's my girlfriend's USA mug. We're still proud of them, but, damn, that was a heartbreaker.
And Gonzaga getting ran right now, by the way.
Oh, yeah. What's the score?
Last time I checked, it was 23-10. I'm watching it illegally, so I don't know yet.
Okay, can you tell me what's the score right now?
Let me go on ESPN.
But yeah, that buzzer, oh fuck, that shot sunk. It was the whole game. We should have had it. But anyways, man, make sure y'all like, subscribe. Can't Tell Me Nothing podcast. We'll be back next week. All right.